Hi, everyone, and thanks for checking in. This is where you will learn more about the latest digital solutions that can help B2B sales teams excel and shine. I'm here with Jonas Hammarberg, the founder of Space, and today you'll help us understand how you can turn your sales organization into a marketing machine, and why will that help us win sales?
I think that first of all, the ultimate objective of sales is to win deals, win more deals. And I'm not sure about you, but every sales rep that I meet, they want to do more deals and they want to do them faster and better and everything. But when marketing and sales work together, they not always work together. They work maybe on the same time, but not together. And I think that if we can join forces in that journey, I think we simply will achieve so much more.
I don't know about you, but when I look at organizations, there is sometimes a misalignment between sales and marketing. Hands up if you agree. And Jonas, based on your long experience of B2B sales, why is this relationship sometimes so frosty?
I think we all have our legacy. Where I've been working as a marketing director, as a sales director, and I've been working as both of those roles in the combined kind of organization. And quite honestly, we don't always have the same objectives, the same targets. So if marketing, first of all, marketing has more or less two things to do. Is to build the brand. It's to build an appealing brand, and it's to generate leads, a whole lot of leads, which the sales organization should pick up and convert to deals. So we are on a journey where we almost do this in sequence, or at least we used to do that in the past, where I bring the lead and you close the deal, and it's like a relay kind of race, while the new world order is not sequential. It's going everywhere, and every second things happens. So I think speed is something that has outdated the old legacy. That's one thing.
But I think the idea of different objectives, different KPIs, is a really strong explanation for the misalignment. So when these two groups are out of sync, what happens?
Yeah, first of all, we are not in the same race. So if you run in that direction and I'm running in this direction, we simply don't get the aligned power from each other. I'm not sure how it is in your organization, but whenever I meet marketing managers who, frustrated, are struggling with getting the impressions online, to convert the impressions to clicks, to take the clicks down to some kind of leads generation, MQLs, SQLs, and whenever they succeed, they are so super happy. So they hand it over through the CRM system to the sales organization, and then they go for the next hunt. And the next hunt is maybe the next campaign or the next big thing. While the sales organization, they are running their race and they're simply doing their thing. And if the deal does not come, they sometimes put the blame on the marketing that wasn't a good lead or whatever. So I think the misalignment between two parties here means that we lose a lot of momentum in this world where we really need to be together.
And you saw this, and you and your team, you've been building this digital solution, Space, which is a solution that is trying to really cater to both the marketing teams and the sales teams, although you call it a sales solution. Tell us more about the solution in itself and why it helps both teams.
So Space is the world's first branded digital sales room, which is built for sales. But as we know, we need the power of the brand, we need relevant content, we need everything that marketing has to offer along the buyer's journey. So if we look at B2B especially, where we have a tremendous amount of meetings. It's a little bit more complex. It's a little bit more critical questions that we talk about. There's more people involved. And along that buyer's journey, that journey actually takes time. It takes more time than any B2C process. So we are in a unique environment in B2B, which means that it's not about bringing the lead. It's about bringing the lead into a closed and signed deal, which could take a year or two even. And that means that we need to empower the sales organization with all the things that could be relevant for the buyer. So a space, that's like a VIP room. You can open a space for every deal that counts. And
It's actually like an environment. You call it a virtual sales room. It's where you can have your material, your films, the logs from previous conversations. It's like the home of the customer and the buyer's group.
yeah, exactly. And since we are inside one space, so first of all, we bring what we call space templates, which means that you can actually standardize the way that you interact with your buyer, but you can customize the space for every single deal. That means that we can go from being a little bit more generic to very specific. So you can fill the space for this particular customer with exactly the things that align their organization in their view of that you are the absolute best vendor for them.
Maybe some of you are thinking, but we're already working with persona-based marketing. How can that align with the solution that you're talking about?
That's a really good question, because persona-based marketing is something that marketing has been doing for ages. So if your marketing department is going out with your web, most certainly they have already done their persona analysis and seen that you have this and this and this persona who visits your web, and they try to optimize it for more or less those personas. But that is a generic kind of term, a persona. It's a lot of people hidden in behind there. And if you then get one lead and you get the information about that lead, and you can take the information and you can craft a space that is so unique so that that company feels that you really care for them. You bring all the material.
You've decorated the space where they can hang out in a way.
Yeah, and it's both in a beautiful kind of branded way, of course, but it's also from a content perspective where you can all work there. But a third thing is actually that in the space, that's also where all meetings take place. So you can run your virtual meetings along a timeline, which means that you can always go back to the space. So it's like the reference point of our interaction. I think that is something that you will see in the future just explode, simply because if you remember, Beata, you definitely know that when the web came, you were a part of that web wonder. And when the web came at 99, 2000 or something, everyone went online. They decorated their web because it had to be appealing. If we fast forward a little to 2010, then the B2C, they went online as well with their shops. They took the physical shop and put it online, and they decorated it because it had to be appealing, but it also had to be optimized for the purpose to get the buyer to actually buy from you. We are now 10, 11 years post that, where B2B hangs out in these generic virtual meetings in Zoom or Meet or Teams, which more or less are dark holes where you meet someone and then you exit. You enter and then you exit. I think that humans really want a longer relationship that goes from the starting point until forever. That's what we do.
And who are the real winners with space, sales or marketing teams?
That's a good one. I think that both, actually. We have achieved something that was not possible before, we now can facilitate both marketing's KPIs, bringing the brand, awareness and so on and so forth, but also making the deals come in faster, a little stronger, and really getting more customers to really buy into your journey. So I think that we combined and start to hang out with each other as branding and sales. We call it marketing and sales, and we now talk about smarketing, where we join forces and do that from the touch point when the lead comes in until the deal is signed, and even beyond that journey.
Thanks so much, guys, for checking in, for listening. What if somebody wants to check out Space, maybe try it? How do you do?
Yeah, you can go to our web down here, www.spce.com, and you can sign up for a demo if you want, and then you can experience what your customers could experience already tomorrow or next week.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.